Good morning, everybody, and depending on where you are, good afternoon or good evening. Just want to come on and do a video grant talking about a few things. First, talk about the touchdown. It was pretty cool I got to see it yesterday when I was watching film, and I mean, it was an amazing play. I mean, something that type of plays that you can't repeat. So, I mean, it's gonna be exciting, see that over the coming weeks and. I mean, to explain a little bit, I mean, it was all a surprise to me. I just caught the ball. I was expecting to get hit, but I mean, after Mark Barron had fell off of me, I, stood up, and I mean, the rest, just took place by itself. The second tackler fell off too, so I just like my run and get to the end zone, and luckily got to get in. So it was a pretty special, pretty cool moment. Let me comment on something I said yesterday too. I said something about I don't watch ESPN because of guys like Skip Bayless. I watch ESPN. It's not my first choice of television to watch because of guys like Skip Bayless. These reporters and journalists that they just go dig up and find this information and try to speculate and come up with a perfect way to present it to the fans so they can get the ratings and do everything like that. So I mean. I don't really get into it because I'm the type of person that I like to when I'm listening to sports stuff I go off like experience. So, for example, Skip Bayless when he's talking about LeBron all the time, talking about LeBron doesn't have this it factor and stuff like that. I mean, it's hard, for you as a journalist who's never been in that position before, who's never had the opportunity to play in a big game or anything, to know what that it factor is. Like, how can you explain an it factor when you don't, you haven't been in that situation? So. I mean, I don't really, I'm not going to say don't respect a guy, but I mean, some of the comments I don't take serious. And, another thing about journalists and reporters, they're so contradictory. So, I mean, one minute, like I said yesterday, one minute he's your friend, next minute he says you're an idiot. What I mean by that is, one minute, I mean, you're on his good side, and then the next minute, as soon as you do something bad, it's, wow, I said that, I said this, that, and the others. Like, they're just trying to find a way to, present it to the fans to make it seem like, okay, I'm right and you need to listen to me. So, me as a player, I typically, I'll listen to a guy who's been in my position before, who's done it before, over a guy that, hasn't really been there. And, half of the time, more than half of the time, the guys that are, presenting the information to us as fans are guys who haven't been in that position before. So, I mean, it's kind of hard, and I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not boycotting ESPN. I watch it. It's not my first choice of television. So, with that being said, hope everybody has a wonderful day, and who dat?